Hey folks, Nathan here from Star Wars Beyond the Films and Cloud City Casino, a Star Wars gaming podcast, both of which are at StarWarsReport.com, bringing you a look at new Star Wars Armada products as they are released. This is the long-awaited, long-anticipated Super Star Destroyer expansion pack. It is freaking huge, okay? I took this box and sat it across my seat at my computer, and it goes across the armrests, basically. It goes all the way across the seat. It's enormous. Now you can ignore the small ships in the background. We're going to look at those for scale in a moment. This is it. The incredibly detailed Executor, right? Or Superstar Destroyer, because you could use other titles. Very detailed. Right? That's where you smash your A-wing, by the way. Very, very detailed. Very large. 2 extra large bases underneath, spread apart, with an enormous ship token connecting them. Okay? So, quite large, as you'd expect here. Pardon me if you hear me breathing here. I'm dealing with some illness right now. All right, so what else do we get with this item before we look at size and price? We have a second ship token. There are 4 possible configurations you could use. All right. And of course, we're going to have our defense tokens here, as one would expect. Total of 11 of those. 4 ship sheets for our different types. Imperial symbol there on the back. Kind of large here. We've got the Executor 1 class Star Dreadnought, Executor 2 class Star Dreadnought, Star Dreadnought Command prototype, and Star Dreadnought Assault prototype. Command dials, command tokens, speed dial, kind of as you would expect, right? 5 objective tokens, 1 main ship ID token, 24, 2 regular ship ID tokens, also 24. This token here is a pass token. For this type of ship, if it's time for you to activate, you can actually pass, and then you do still have to activate during that phase, but it lets you basically skip so somebody else goes first, kind of give you more time to see what's about to happen. Proof of purchase, of course, and quite a few upgrade cards, along with our rule sheet and component list here, which does fold out, so there's more than just one page this time. We have, for the new Fleet Command upgrade type, we have Intensify Firepower, Shields to Maximum, All Fighters Follow Me, Entrapment Formation. We have titles here, Executor, Eclipse, Annihilator, and Ravager. Going back across, Rapid Launch Bays, Heavy Ion Emplacements, Quad Turbo Laser Cannons, X-17 Turbo Lasers, then Point Defense Reroute, Boarding Engineers, notice the 2 symbols there, you need both, Veteran Gunners, Flight Controllers, Emperor Palpatine, Admiral Pitt, another Emperor Palpatine there, different type, Darth Vader, Admiral Ozzel, Director Krennic, Lyra Wessex, and Commander Garant, getting ahead of myself there. Now again, size is an issue here because this thing is freaking gigantic, okay? I'm going to give you a size comparison. So there's the Executor. Right next to it here, that is the Imperial Raider from X-Wing. If you're not sure about the scale difference between X-Wing and Armada, there's the one from X-Wing. There's the teeny tiny Imperial Raider from X-Wing, or from Armada. Okay? So, X-Wing, Armada. Then as far as Star Destroyers go, here's the enormous Super Star Destroyer. There's a regular Imperial Star Destroyer, and next to it, the Victory. Right? It would take, I would say, at least 3, probably more than 3, going on 4 Imperial Star Destroyers, nose to tail, to get the length of this enormous Super Star Destroyer. And speaking of enormous, squad points are enormous too. Remember the original rulebook talked about how you would build your fleet, and when you, I keep saying squad points, fleet points, when you build your fleet, you're going to have a total of 300 to build from. Well, yeah, that's nice and all, but this new huge ship class needs something more, because if you look at the cost just of the ships themselves, 220, 250, 381, and holy hell, 411 points. That's a lot of upgrades available, right? It's a hell of a ship, but it's a beast. Moving it around is not easy, and it is going to have some new rules to go with it, right? If you look underneath here, you look at the way that that token's divided, it basically has front and rear firing arcs, but then it also has right and left and auxiliary right and left for firing arcs and, of course, for hull as well. So it's enormous. It's freaking gigantic. I mean, you've seen these playmats plenty of times before. Look at the playmat compared to the box in terms of width. Holy crap. But it is going to come with a high price tag. This retails, if you don't get any kind of discount from anywhere, for basically $200 for that ship, the base, the tokens and all, and what you see right there. No smaller ships with it or anything like that, just the Super Star Destroyer. Now, if you go on Miniature Market, which is where I got mine, they have it for about $160. So $40 off, which is a nice chunk of change off, but still $160 for this one enormous ship. And it does not provide you with any new scenarios to play. It provides you with all the rules you need for huge ships in play, but beyond that, it's not like it gives you some new story mode or something where you're playing with this against, you know, a rebel fleet coming at it, and there's some scenario behind why you're doing so. I would assume that they will probably include something like that in the upcoming new expansion, the new campaign expansion, but so far, I haven't heard anything specific. But if you are playing as the Empire, and you want to add an enormous ship into your fleet, and probably cause your opponents to need to change their underwear, then yeah, you could pick up the new huge ship, Super Star Destroyer expansion pack for Star Wars Armada. Just know it's going to cost you a pretty penny, but it's so